is Shraddha and she is Shreya. Thank you for joining us in today's session. Today we'll be learning about different types of sitting and standing asanas. So before proceeding further, let's start this session with opening prayer. So gently come to Tadasana. And now fold your hands, fold your palms, gently close your eyes. Inhale. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau punattu, sahaviryam karvavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now rub your palms. Make a cup shape of it and place it on your eyelids. Welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining us. So as I mentioned earlier, today we'll be talking about different types of standing and sitting asanas. So before proceeding further, let's understand why these asanas are important. So in yoga, there are a lot of yoga asanas which constitute of different varieties of asanas. So it can be performed by sitting, standing, by lying down on your back or stomach, and it helps in improving your overall health, and it gives you a lot more physical and mental fitness. Right? So we'll be doing these asanas. I'll be demonstrating, and Shreya will be practicing it. Right? So I'll be instructing, and she'll be practicing it. So first we'll start with the warm-up. I would request you to, before jumping into any kind of asana or exercise in general, or even if you're doing running or jogging, please do warm-up because it's very important. As our body is cold, our bones are stiff and cold, so it is very important to do basic warm-up as it helps in loosening of our joints. If you don't do warm-up, then you may lead to some kind of injury. Right? So it's better to avoid this kind of cases by doing warm-up. So let's start. First, we'll be doing standing warm-up. Right? We'll be starting from the toe. So take your right leg up. Inhale. Take your toe to the front. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can continually practice this for 10 rounds. So inhale and exhale will be 1 round. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Done. So we are already done with 10 rounds. Now we'll move to ankle. Right. So take your right leg again. Right. So inhale, take your ankle up. With exhalation, take it down. Inhale up, exhale 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 down. Inhale up and exhale down. Done. Now we'll move to the next practice. We'll be doing the ankle rotation. So again, will be first practicing clockwise and then we'll be doing it anti-clockwise. So inhale from your right and exhale it towards left. Inhale right and exhale left. Inhale right and exhale left. We'll be again doing it for 10 rounds. So inhale and exhale will be 1 round. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Done. Now the same will be done anti-clockwise in the same leg, that is right leg. Inhale from your left and exhale towards right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale 4. Inhale and exhale 5. Inhale and exhale 6. Inhale and exhale 7. Inhale and exhale 8. Inhale and exhale 9. Inhale and exhale 10. Done. Now we'll be practicing the same set of practices on your left leg. So take your left leg out. Yes. Inhale, exhale. We'll be starting from toes. Inhale, exhale. 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 Now we'll be moving towards the feet. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Make sure while practicing you focus on your breathing because breathing is very important. Yes. Now we'll be moving to ankle rotation. So inhale from your right and exhale towards left. Inhale from right and exhale left. We'll be practicing this for 10 counts towards the clockwise. Inhale from right and exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale from right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Done. Now anti-clockwise. Inhale from your left and exhale towards right. Inhale left and exhale right. Continue practicing it for 10 counts. Inhale and exhale 4. Inhale and exhale 5. Inhale and exhale 6. Inhale and exhale 7. Inhale and exhale 8. Inhale and exhale 9. Inhale and exhale 10. Done. So we are done with the leg. Now we'll be moving towards our knee. So with inhalation, you have to tighten your kneecaps. That is by pulling it up. So inhale, up, and exhale, down. Inhale up, 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 and exhale, down. Even you can practice this for 10 times. Right. Now slowly we'll be moving towards up. So now we'll be practicing for the hands and shoulder. So take your hands up and make a fist of it and start rotating. First, right. So again you can rotate for 10 counts. Just like how Shreya is doing it, you can do it the same way. And now, after 10 rounds, you can start in the reverse direction. I hope you are following us and will be practicing along with us. Yes. Now we'll be moving towards hand stretch. Right? So take your hands up and with the help of your left hand, start stretching. So hold it for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll be practicing the same with the other side where our palms are inward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll do the same with the left hand. Make sure you include your thumb as well because a lot of people what they tend to do, they leave their thumb and only give stretch to your 4 fingers, right? So don't forget to include your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Now other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Now we'll be moving towards little more hand stretch. Take your right hand behind your head and give it a nice stretch from your left hand. Yes, you can feel the stretch around your shoulder. Yes. Hold it for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll be doing the same with the left hand. So take your left hand back and give it a nice stretch from your right hand and be in this position for 10 counts. And I'm sure you'll be feeling the stretch in your body, especially in the shoulder and chest region. Okay. Right. Now we are done. So we'll be moving to the shoulder rotation. So start rotating your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Now we'll be moving to the last part, that is head. So you can close your eyes. I think that would be more appropriate. You would be able to feel the stretch as well. So close your eyes. With inhalation, take your head up. Slowly, you have to do this slowly, not too fast, but you have to feel the stretch every time you move your head. And exhalation, bring your head down. Inhale up, slowly, and with exhalation, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make sure your coordination is with the breath. There should be a coordination of movement and breath. Inhale, come to the center and exhale. Now we'll be moving towards this side. That is, we'll be moving our head towards right and left. Inhale. With exhalation, take your head towards right. Inhale, come to the center and exhale again towards left. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale right. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale left. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale right. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale left. Done. Now inhale and exhale, come to the center. Now we'll be doing head rotation. This is the last practice, and after that we'll be moving to standing asanas. So inhale, with exhalation bring your head down. With inhalation, move your head from right to left. Inhale towards right and exhale towards left. Make sure that you are doing this practice slowly. You can do from 3 to 4 rounds as per your convenience. And if you feel that you are feeling dizziness, then please stop the practice. It happens that some people feel dizzy after this practice. Now we'll be doing from the left side. So first we'll have done from the clockwise side. Now we'll be doing it from the anti-clockwise side. So inhale from your left and exhale towards right. Inhale from left and exhale right. Inhale from left and exhale right. Last one, inhale from left and exhale right. So a lot of people feel a lot of stretch. So after, usually after head rotation, we do Nakara chanting, and this helps us in soothing. This helps us in giving a soothing effect in our mind and body. So close your eyes. Inhale. With exhalation, chant Ma. Gently rub your palms and place it on your eyelashes. Right. So let's start with standing asanas. But before we move ahead, I just want to understand why we are practicing standing asanas, because it brings the balance in our body. It helps in speeding our movement, and it also helps different parts of body. It helps us in keeping physically fit, and it helps in relaxing our mind as well. Right. So these are general benefits, but as we move to specific asana, I'll be talking about specific benefits and limitations. So we'll start with Ardha Kati Chakrasana. Ardha Kati Chakrasana means half waist wheel posture. So you have to inhale. We'll be doing first from the right side, and then we'll be doing from the left side. So inhale, take your right hand up, slowly, and with exhalation, bend towards the left side. Right. You can follow what Shreya is doing. Most of the people tend to look straight, but you have to laterally bend your upper body. So, yes, make sure, then only you would be able to feel a nice stretch. Be in this position for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come to the center. With exhalation, bring your hands down. So make sure you're practicing it slowly. A lot of people practice this in a very speed manner, or that is not the right way. Whatever you are practicing, make sure that you observe what you're doing and you can feel the stretch and the movements in your body. Now we'll be practicing the same from the left side, just to balance. Inhale, take your left hand up slowly. With exhalation, bend towards right. And bend laterally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come to the center and exhale. Release your hand. Right. So the beginning position is we actually started from Tadasana, but after every position you can relax in Shitala Tadasana. So in Shitala Tadasana, your hands are apart from your body and your feet are apart. So let me just explain you what are the benefits and limitations of Ardha Kati Chakrasana. Ardha Kati Chakrasana, it reduces fat from your waist region, basically. It improves your liver function because there is a nice stretch around your waist, and it gives a lateral stretch to your spine. And there are no precautions or limitations. People of any kind or any age group and with any kind of problem can practice it. It is not harmful. So next we will be practicing Ardha Chakrasana, that is half waist posture. So we'll be showing it from the side wise so that you can understand how exactly the posture looks, the end posture looks. Right? With inhalation, take your hands up and keep it on your waist. Make sure that your hands are closer to your each other, right? When you are placing it on your waist. With inhalation, you have to bend your upper body back. Yes. And don't hold your breath when you are practicing these asanas. Don't think that okay, I have to hold breath or anything. You have to just breathe normally, and you have make sure that you are holding at least for 10 counts. If it's good and it will benefit you more if you are holding it for more than 10 counts. So we'll be holding for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Release your hands. Right. Again, you can relax in Shitala Tadasana. Right. So, I'm just hoping that you will be practicing along with me. If you have any doubt, you can just reach out to Pure Prayer or you can reach out to me anytime. And I would like to explain what are the benefits of this Ardha Chakrasana as we are practicing it. So one should be knowing what are the benefits, right? So it makes your spine flexible. There are a lot of issues which people are facing with spine related things. So that is the reason it helps in, it's better if we practice these kind of asanas which help in making our spine flexible. Right? It stimulates our spinal nerve which helps in delaying or which helps in curing spondylitis or cervical related problems. So yeah, it expands our chest and lung region and shoulder which helps in the expansion of lungs so that we can breathe better. Right? It helps in the promotion of circulation of blood better. It also helps in taking our blood to the head region, which helps in functioning of the brain better. I would request people who are with vertigo should avoid this posture. Please don't practice it. And if you want to practice it, please practice under a trained, guided teacher. Now we'll be doing Padahastasana. Right. So standing Tadasana. So that is the sthiti. In Tadasana, your hands will be next to your thighs and your feet will be closer to each other. Right? With inhalation, take your hand up slowly. And with exhalation, you have to bend down. Your upper body will be coming towards down. Yes. Make sure that your hands are next to your feet and your forehead is touching to the knee. If you are not able to touch your forehead to the knee, there is no issue. Right? There is no problem. Bend as much as you can. But if you are able to touch your forehead to the knee, practice it. Make sure that your ankles your knees are not bent. Your ankles and all your leg is completely straight. So we'll be holding it for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale and take your hands up. With exhalation, bring your hands down. Again, now you can relax in Shitala Tadasana. Right. Nice. So let me explain you what are the benefits of this. It helps in again making our spine flexible. It strengthens our thigh because it gives a nice stretch to our thigh. Right. It helps in making our digestion strong. It helps women in problems related to menstrual problems. Basically, it's good. Again, it helps in the flow of blood to the head region. So I would advise people who have recently gone abdomen surgery or knee surgery, please avoid this practice. Please avoid practicing it in cervical spondylitis or any type of back-related problems. Also, if you have hypertension or high BP, please avoid practicing. Thank you. So next we'll be moving to Trikonasana. So again we'll be showing this from the front side. Right. So with inhalation, you have to spread your legs. Spread as much as you can. Try to spread 1 meter apart. Right. With exhalation, make your right feet towards your 90 degree. Yes. With inhalation, raise your hands up. You can observe that your body will be tilted slightly towards the right. Make sure that you face it straight. Right. And with exhalation, you have to bend down. Your right hand will be next to your right feet and you will be looking at the wall through your palms. You can see that there is a lateral bend when strength is doing. Make sure you get the same lateral bending when you are practicing. We'll be doing this for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With inhalation, come up. Exhalation, drop your hand. Inhale. Turn your right feet in. And exhalation, join your feet. Yes. Now we'll be practicing this on the left side. Just to balance, just make sure that whatever the practices you are doing, let it be both the sides so that you get the maximum benefit. Inhale, spread your legs to 1 meter apart. Spread as much as you can. Yes. With exhalation, move your right feet towards 90 degree. Move your left feet towards 90 degree. With inhalation, raise your hands up horizontally. With exhalation, bend down towards the left side. Yes. Make sure your right hand is up straight and you're looking at your palm and you get a nice stretch, right? So we'll be holding this for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, turn your feet in. Exhale, join your legs. Now you can relax in Shitala Tadasana. Yes. So let me explain you what are the benefits and precautions for Trikonasana. It helps in preventing flat foot. It strengthens our thigh. It strengthens our waist and calf muscles, right? So it creates a good circulation to the back and it massages our spine, right? It makes our spine flexible and strong. I would advise people who have recently got abdomen surgery, please avoid practicing it. People with slip disc and sciatica should avoid this. So this is our last practice for standing asana. After that, we'll be moving to sitting asanas, right? So this is Vrikshasana. It's also called as street posture. I would like to explain you one very interesting thing. So in Yoga Shastra, most of the asanas we have taken from the nature. That is, whether be it Vrikshasana, whether be it Ustrasana, that is camel posture, whether be it Makrasana, that is crocodile posture. So we have tried to take all these postures from the nature because we are constantly learning from the nature, and we should learn from the nature. So that is what our objective has been, and that is what has been given to us by our ancient sages. Right. So we'll be doing Vrikshasana. You can fold your right leg in the inner thigh of your left leg. So people who find it difficult balancing, please take the wall of support. Please don't hurt yourself while practicing this. With inhalation, fold your hands up by taking it to above your head. Be in this position for 10 counts. Breathe normally. Again, I am saying please don't hold your breath. Just breathe normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, with exhalation, bring your hands to the normal position and release your leg. Again, we'll be practicing the same practice or same asana from the left leg. So take your left leg and place it on your inner thigh of your right leg. With inhalation, take your hands up. Right. Start breathing normally and hold it for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So if you are feeling that, I would suggest you to take the support of wall if in case you don't have a balance, so that you don't hurt yourself. Right? So the benefits are, some of the benefits of Vrikshasana are that it helps in creating a good balance in your body. It brings a great coordination in your mind and body. Right? So also it helps in the problems which are related to leg. It helps in strengthening your thigh. It is really helpful for sciatica. So I would advise people who have recently gone knee surgery or who have a lot of leg problem, please avoid practicing it. So we have completed 5 standing asanas. I hope that these practices of these standing asanas will benefit you. And there are a lot of more asanas, but you can check that with me later, maybe after this series. Now we'll be moving to sitting asanas. So yeah. So let me explain you what are the benefits of sitting asana. Sitting asana is great for people who find it difficult to practice asanas by standing, or who are finding it difficult to do standing asanas, right? And it is a great meditative posture as well. It helps in bringing concentration. Again, it relieves anxiety, stress, and brings a balance in the body, right? So I'll be explaining you more about it as we are proceeding further. Right? So first, we'll be starting from Vajrasana. So, as I mentioned, in Tadasana was Sthiti position for standing asanas, and for sitting asanas, Dandasana is the Sthiti posture. That is the starting posture. Right? So this is Dandasana. You have to be in Dandasana. Then let's start the practice. First, we'll understand Vajrasana, and then I'll make you explain what are the benefits and limitations of that. So inhale and exhale. Take your right leg up and place it up below your hip. Now inhale and exhale, take your left leg and place it below your hip. Most of the people, when they sit in Vajrasana, they actually tend to sit in a very relaxation manner, and their feet is actually not in a proper position. So make sure that you're sitting on your heels. You don't sit on with either right or left. You have to be in the center and sitting on your heels properly. So inhale, come up. You can, in this position, you can adjust your heels, and with exhalation, make sure that when you're going back, you sit on your heels. Right. This is Vajrasana. Be in this posture for 10 counts. You may feel that it's easy, but when you try to sit on your heels, you will find that okay, it's not that easy. There are some difficulties, but you will overcome that difficulties with regular practice. So we'll be holding this for 10 counts, and please breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend down. Now inhale and exhale, you can release your left leg. Inhale and exhale, you can release your right leg. Right. Now you can relax in Shitala Dandasana. That is your feet relaxed and your hands next to your hands. Yes. In this way. So please relax for at least 5 seconds every posture so that you are ready for the next asana. So it helps in digestion. It improves your digestion. It's actually called as asana, which helps in stimulating Vajranadi. So which is a great channel of energy in our body. Right? It is a great posture for balancing our body. It harmonizes our body. I would advise people who have recently gone knee surgery again, and people who have arthritis, please avoid this. Any kind of knee pain, if you're suffering from, please try avoiding this. Right? Now we'll be moving to Shashankasana. So again, the basic posture of Shashankasana is similar to Vajrasana, but there are slight differences. Let's see what it is. So inhale and exhale, take your right leg and place it below your hip. Inhale and exhale, take your left leg and place it below your hip. Again, make sure that you are sitting on your heels. This is Vajrasana. Inhale, you can take your hands behind, make a fist of your right hand and fold it with the left hand. Inhale, expand your chest, and when you go back, with exhalation, slowly come forward. Right. If you are able to touch your forehead to the ground, it's well and good. If not, then be in that position as much as your body allows. So be in this position for 10 counts. So we'll be holding it for 10 counts, and please breathe normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale and exhale, take your left leg forward. Inhale and exhale, release your right. Now you can relax in Shitala Dandasana. So let me explain you what are the benefits of Shashankasana. It helps in the flow of blood to the head region, and it stimulates our brain. It gives flexibility to the spine, ankle and knees. It is a good posture for breathing elements. So if you have any breathing problems, it will help you in recovering with that. People who have gastric problems or peptic ulcer, please avoid doing this. Yes. Now we'll be moving to Ardha Ustrasana. That is half camel posture. So inhale and exhale. Take your right leg back. below your hip. Inhale and exhale. Take your left leg. Right. Now inhale. Come up and hold your hands. Keep it on your waist region. Make sure again your hands are closer to each other so that it gives a nice support when you're trying to do it. With exhalation, go back. Right. Some of you may not feel this very comfortable, but if you are not comfortable, just do as much as your body allows. Eventually, you'll be in this posture. Right. We'll be holding this for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, straighten your body. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale and exhale, sit down. Now inhale and exhale, release your left leg. Inhale and exhale, release your right leg. Now you can relax in Shatana, Dandasana. Right. So let's understand what are the benefits of Ardha Ustrasana. It helps in improving your spine. It gives a nice stretch to your spine. It is very beneficial for people who have neck problem, and it again helps in the flow of blood to the head region. Right? I would advise people who have recently gone abdomen surgery or who have spondylitis or cervical issues, please avoid doing this. Now we'll be doing Ustrasana, that is the full camel posture. So inhale and exhale, take your right leg back. Inhale and exhale, take your left leg back. Inhale, come up. And with exhalation, take your hands behind and try to place it on your feet. Right. So this is the camel posture. We'll be holding it for the 10 counts. Breathe normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale and exhale, take your left leg front. Inhale and exhale, take your right leg front. You can relax in Shatana Dandasana. So as you have seen that this posture may look slightly complicated, and actually it's a little bit complicated for people who are doing it for the first time. But you don't have to worry, you will eventually be in this position if you start practicing on a daily basis. It's a really good practice. First, as it gives flexibility to the spine, it helps the flow of blood to the head region. It stimulates our brain, and it also helps in the expansion of chest, shoulders and back. And again, it increases our lung capacity. I would advise people who have recently gone abdominal operation or who have hernia, people with hypertension, lower back pain and high BP, please try avoid doing this. Right? Now we'll be doing Paschimottanasana. Right? So again we'll be in Dandasana. With inhalation, you have to take your hands up and exhale, bend towards front. As you can see, Shreya has completely touched her forehead to the knee. You can do the same and hold your hand palms to the feet. Be in this position for 10 counts. If you are not able to be in this position, or if you are finding it difficult to reach this position, do as much as your body allows. Don't strain your body. You don't have to. Right? And breathe normally when you are holding this position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, take your hands up slowly. Exhale, release your hands. Now you can relax it. Shatana Dandasana. Right. Again, this is one of the very good postures which gives flexibility to the back. It stimulates our nerves of the spine, right? And it helps in again flow of blood to the head region. It helps in digestion. It improves constipation. People who have hypertension, heart problem, back problem, and spondylitis, please avoid doing this. Right? I think we have completed 5 sitting postures and 5 standing postures. We have come to the end of this session. I hope that whatever the practices we have done here, these will help you in attaining a lot of benefits in your physical and mental health. And till then, you'll stay tuned to the channel. We'll be meeting tomorrow. So let's close this session with closing prayer. Gently fold your hands, close your eyes. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhave. make a cup shape of it and place it on your. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us in this series. I hope that it benefits you in the longer run. If you have any doubt, as I mentioned earlier, you can get in touch with us, or you can get in touch with Pure Prayer. Till then, be safe and be happy and keep practicing yoga. Thank you and namaste.